Jesus.
Today's word is reciprocity. Reciprocity. Don't ask me to do a damn thing that you wouldn't do for me.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date.
Hello everyone, I hope all is well. No, listen, I could imagine how upset these men were when she said what she said, you know? I could imagine the attitude of how dare she? Who does she think she is? Now listen, first dates are usually supposed to provide an opportunity, to break the ice and for you to get to know one another, in a less formal setting. However, because of the disrespectful nature of some men, and I'm going to say specifically black men because that is our orientation. We usually date black men, okay? So don't get your pants all in a bunch. If it doesn't apply, well then don't respond. You should not take issue with what I'm saying. Now, because of that, you have changed the course of the game. You have changed the course of how, things were before. So women now have had to adjust. Yes, whether you believe it or not, you have forced us to change the way we see things, and I mean in terms of our standards and boundaries and what we accept. And now we have done that, we're being called snotty and entitled. Listen, a good coffee date was so cool not too long ago. However, with the changing times and attitudes, women have had to say, well, no, I don't want this. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
I think it's low effort and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American black men. So shocked because I didn't think that video would land on their For You page, but it did, and hundreds of them, were crying on my shoulder over the fact that I would not drink bean juice on a first date with a man or with anyone. They were in my comments calling me all types of names, saying that I'm a gold digger and saying that I'm this and that. And then unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark.
Well, I don't know why she's surprised. Where was she? Under a rock? You see, these socially manufactured beliefs is the underlying reason for this light skin, darker skin preference that black men use to diminish one's worth, a woman's worth. They use it as a divisive method, and they pit these women against each other. They're all freaking colorist. They're all colorist, and they can do these things and not be held accountable. Then is when they cry, who does she think she is? Because we have standards. You could have standards, but we cannot. Everything goes downhill when a woman expresses her displeasure with something that she has no care for. It is easier for you to identify the things you do not want. So, listen, these colorist ideologies have been ingrained in some of these men. And there are those women who are susceptible to this type of rubbish. And listen, to those women who fail to tap into your awareness to elevate your self-worth and discernment, you are the ones they use as weapons to fight their very shallow and worthless battles. Let's continue.
And that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features, they will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. So reading the comments comments and watching the stitches, it brought up a discussion between me and my parents about why I don't date American Black men. American Black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American Black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a Black woman, a dark-skinned Black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe Black women, dark-skinned Black women deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, "You're dark-skinned, why do you have all these standards?" The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see. And it's because they're...
No, okay. But rarely the takeaway is for them to do better, because what usually happens is that they become more angry and the disdain grows and increases. And, nothing changes. What has to happen is you women, as again, center self.
Not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, "Oh, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my car to link and smoke? You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all." They are literally in my comments saying, "What makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself." And when American Black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through hell and back with him. They don't want to put in the effort because they're lazy, they are entitled, and they are cheap. And don't get me wrong, it's not all American Black men that are like this. It's just the large majority. And that is a problem because the majority of Black American women prefer Black American men, but there are not enough good Black American men to go around.
Ultimately, you should date who adds to your happiness. Yes, I said who adds to your happiness. You have to go in happy. And this is very important because I do believe lots of people, you have your struggles and you were not doing well before you would have met someone. And then you go into relationships, you start a relationship with the next person, expecting something to magically change. And when it doesn't to your expectations, that is what you call unrealistic expectations, you become disgruntled. With that being said, dating is the preliminaries to any romantic relationship, and you should use this time to vet who you're seeing while maintaining your standards.
I said what I said.
Okay, so now listen to this. I mean, you understand how YouTube works, right? You have to interact, you have to engage the content, so that the algorithm will understand what has to be done. Now, please, like I said, like the videos, share. I might not be subscribed to every person that I watch. However, I like their videos. I participate. So now I'm trying to do something new because there's so many topics that I want to talk about, but the 24-hour day would not permit because I'm so busy. Now listen, what I've decided to do is to use my community wall to post some questions so that you can engage, just engage the content and let's have some meaningful conversations. All right, because I think these are topics that we need to talk about. Now, the intent of Just a Thought is to ruffle those easily ruffled feathers, those overly sensitive people, those elevated, emotional type of people. Well, those, along with the critical thinkers and the logical mindsets, let's have these conversations. Now, as per usual, stay safe and be self-aware, and subscribe for more snippets of wisdom and real talk. See you in the next video.